And we are live, all in on high school sports with a little special hour tonight.
Late night edition.
Jenny Hoops here had a little back to school action. Everything
night,
okay?
yeah.
Got back on time?
Yep. From one thing to the next.
There you go. All in on high school sports. Kurt Valenti, Jennifer Valenti, how are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm great. Broncos won on Sunday. I mean, what else can I do? Coach, Mr. Beelan, best duo in the game.
Oh, thank you for the shout out there, Mr. Beelan.
And Mr. Kirkpatrick, good evening. Well, welcome to the greatest high school sports talk on earth. He can't wait for week 2 standings. Woo-hoo. Well, we'll see. That's going to come up in the hour. What do we got going on tonight?
Well, tonight we actually welcome back 2 guests that we've had on the show previously. We're going to start with Coach Joe Catrona from Woodridge, and we will follow up with Coach Nick Campanelli from DePaul High School. Both football coaches off to 2-0 start, so we'll catch up with them and see how their season is going. And, of course, we'll end the show with our weekly pick segment.
Oh, yeah. Every week, you know it is. Every week, more teams coming in, more logos. Special guest picker tonight. What we got?
We have former St. Mary High School football coach, one of our coaching legends that we featured, Coach Mike Sheridan, will be using his expertise to be our guest picker. And, of course...
And we'll see how Mr. Patiri did last week.
I said we'll update our standings, see the week 2 records, and then our overall record. So
let's roll.
We have Coach Catrona in the waiting room, so let me get him in and welcome him back to our program. There he is. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good, Jen. Hi, Kurt. How are you?
What's
Good.
up, Coach? How are you?
Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you.
No way. After that speech last week we heard, we might have you every week. We might need you to do our intro.
Exactly.
We might have his speech on our intro. That's what we might need to do.
It was fantastic. Let me reintroduce you to our audience. We are welcoming Woodridge football head coach Joe Catrona. It's his first year at the head of the program, and he's off to a 2-0 start with wins over North Arlington and New Milford. So return guest again. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Coach, and congrats on your 2-0 start. Like we said last week, thank you so much for giving us we had so much great feedback by, you were the first kind of pregame speech we ever played, and we were getting comments on it. People were like, we need more of that stuff.
I have to tell you, Coach,
Nice.
I was putting it together. I was trying to get clips to make sure the audio for sharing, and I listened to it a bunch of times, and every time I just had chills, and I was watching the video, and I feel badly our audience to get to see the video because the audio was strong enough, but to see your players so focused and engaged and ready to go, it was awesome. So thank you for sharing that moment with us. It was fantastic.
Coach Siciliano is chiming in saying hello. Johnny Beelan saying, and another big win this week with Beckton. He's calling it already, Mr. Beelan. And Kenny saying, congrats, Coach, on the start of season. Best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
My first question, Coach, is not really a question, but I guess comment is, what really intrigued me in that is how the thing that you said in that speech is when you told those kids, you're the guys I wanted to coach. A lot of times you get a first-year coach, they go to a program, and it's a 2, 3, 4-year process of getting where you want to get. But I get the feeling with you guys is you're ready to win now. And just from that speech, when you said, hey, that team can't compete with you, the only team that's going to beat you is the team in this locker room. So I just get that kind of feeling your attitude is, why do we got to wait for 3, 4 years? Let's go right now. So how have you installed that mentality into your players?
Again, it starts with the seniors. When I met the seniors, I promised them that this isn't a building process, where, we're going to wait 2, 3 years down the road. I'm here to win now, and I'm here to make sure that seniors go out winners. They put in 4 years of hard work, and, they deserve to get something out of it at the end. I was brought up with the Coach Campanelli. He was my head coach back in high school, and same thing. We didn't have the biggest team in my class in '97 when we went to the state championship. We were tiny. I was 155 pounds. We had linemen. Our biggest lineman was probably 210 pounds. But the way he motivated us and the way he prepared us, we wanted to go through a wall for that guy. And we ended up winning the state championship, not because we had the talent. It's just the pure factor that he made us believe that we were better than everybody and that nobody could beat us. And that's what I'm instilling in my team. Bringing back some of that old school mentality. I think a lot of coaches have gone away from that. You need that. You need the old school mentality. You need to show the kids that, have a little chip on their shoulder. And, that's the way I am. That's the way I'm going to coach.
Very nice. Coach, our program, we love to highlight coaches and programs and, of course, the players. So would you spend a few minutes highlighting some of your players that are going to have a big impact on your squad this year?
Yeah, Nino Iacovino, quarterback. He was out all year last year. He's back this year at full strength. Dual threat quarterback to run the ball, can pass the ball. Nick Marchitelli, what a tough kid he is. Running the ball, being an outside linebacker, making tackles, covering people. Michael Sarlo, he's another guy that, he can run the ball, he can catch the ball, great big hands. Leo Ramirez, our wide receiver on the outside. Gary Rowe, running back. Owen Shadell up front with Liam Kelly, Daniel Rios, Luke Cho. I mean, we got weapons. I tell everyone, if you think you're going to stop one guy, go ahead, because, we have plenty of other weapons that I can go out there, put the ball in their hands and trust. And, I just got to make sure that these linemen, keep getting better and better in each week. We still make mistakes. Yeah, we're 2-0. We put up some points against both teams, but we just make mistakes. So we got to fix those mistakes. And, hopefully it puts us, where we want to be at the end.
Coach Breslin, assistant at Ramapo, saying, "What's up, everyone? Coach, keep up the good work, Coach." And Coach Siciliano, I believe this answer is yes, but Coach, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Coach Siciliano is asking, do you guys still play Park Ridge? I believe you do have Park Ridge this year, correct?
Park Ridge is our 7th game of the year, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Nice. Knowing the 7th game, you're gonna.
Oh yeah, there you go. Well, you know what?
That is impressive.
Let's not get to the 7th game. Let's get to the 3rd game. Friday night. Yeah. It's the big one, under the lights at Becton. And we always had. I mean, listen, we're great friends with the Becton guys. They're a great bunch of guys, great coaches. And you know what? I mean, they were really the only team last year that could kind of quote unquote win a championship because there wasn't a state playoff. They won the NJIC, the championship. So. What's your thoughts going into Friday night against Becton?
It's the one I circled on the schedule when I first took this job. I didn't want to say it at the beginning of the year because you kind of want to take one game at a time. But we got those first 2 games. This is the game I circled. I'm from Carlstadt. I grew up in Carlstadt. So, I know a lot of those coaches over there. Carl Ross coached me when I was younger, coached me in high school. This is the one I want. And, I tell my kids, to be the best, you got to beat the best. To me, they're the best team right now. Obviously, the returning champ. They had a tough one in the first game, but they're still the best team in my eyes out there. And, for us to get to where we want to be, we have to be Becton. It's the most important game in this program history.
Coach Ross is saying he's proud of you, Coach. So he's giving you a shout out.
Thank you, Coach.
And, we'll get off thing real quick. I love that. That statement right there, biggest game in program history. Right out of the gate. There's no sugarcoating it,
Yeah.
And I just think, as a former coach, I think that's awesome, because me and Jen always talk about it, even on, a professional or college level, where it's expectations can change. Hey, you're 2-0. Why can't you, now you go to 3-0. Listen, I mean, you win the league,
Sure.
I think a lot of people, you're saying, they kind of ease in, but I just love your attitude of hey, let's go, we can do this right now. So
yeah, and like I said, that was instilled by Coach Carl Ross back at Paramus Catholic, Coach Campanelli back at Paramus Catholic, working on the staff with Coach Toll and Nunzio Campanelli, Danny Morangi, Adam Bayard, Greg Russo at Northern Highlands. Pete Miglerino when I was at Northern Highlands, Chris Partridge. This was our mentality, and it's the old school mentality. And I think a lot of coaches these days, they kind of shy away from that, and they don't get the full potential of their players because of that. So I made sure that when I hired my staff, I told them, listen, we're going to be on these guys. We're going to coach them hard, and if they don't like it, then they can get out the door. We're going to get tough, and that's what we're going to preach, and that's how we're going to play.
Awesome.
It was a kind of a good segue to my next question. It kind of mentioned a little, Kurt saying how you have the why wait mentality, right? So what are, their team goals that you've discussed with the team heading into this season?
First team goal is change the perception of Woodbridge football. We are in the middle of 2 great football teams, Hasbrook Heights, to the north, and you got Becton to the south. Here comes Becton this Friday night. So here's a chance for us to change the perception of Woodbridge football. We're kind of known for basketball and baseball, not really known for football. But it's time for us, and I teach my kids, tell my kids, it's time for us this year to change that and make people start to fear Woodbridge football and not just think it's just another game on the schedule.
Nice. And Coach, I'm going to go off script a little bit because something you said that Kurt kind of like asked you about made me think back to your speech even. And you're talking about all the people who have, instilled in you like, your beliefs and your coaching style. But I love in your opening speech how you reminded your players to kind of play for the players before them, and that opportunity that they have. Is that something you try to instill in them as well?
Yeah, and one of my big things is getting the alumni back involved in the program. And if you put a winning product on the field, those alumni are going to come back. Last Friday night when we played New Milford, that place was packed at Woodbridge High School. A lot of the administration said they've never seen a crowd like that at Woodbridge. So change the minds of people, and put a product that they want to come and watch and see where it takes us.
That's fantastic. That was actually the question I did have, is that what has like the school and community atmosphere been like in response to your 2-0 start?
Oh, phenomenal. The student body on Friday night when they came out, the parents, family, friends. I mean, I'm telling you, there's people standing along the fence, outside the fence. It was an incredible atmosphere. Kind of reminded me back in the old days at Don Bosco. I was coaching at Don Bosco. We didn't have 10,000 people, but we had a lot. And Group 1 football, with the community like we have, being involved, it's tremendous.
That's fantastic.
Well, I know this, Coach. We're picking 20 games tonight, and when we get not just picks, when we said where are we going Friday night, we said we're going to Beckton to watch Woodridge Beckton. Right. So we're gonna get a little pizza from Garfield Pizza, and we're heading over to East Rutherford, to that Carlstadt East Rutherford, that field, and we're gonna be watching that game.
Yeah.
Coach, I got one more off script. How was the Rutgers experience like for you and for the kids?
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, you're walking in that stadium, you see this big stadium, the big scoreboard. It was phenomenal. Group 1 schools don't get that opportunity to play at a facility like that. So for us in North Arlington to be able to schedule a game over there was tremendous. And, some of these kids, they're not going to go on to big colleges and play in front of, a stadium like that. So for us, it was tremendous. But I did tell them, hey guys, don't get sucked into all this, big stadium, big lights. The football field's still the same length, same width. So let's make sure we go out there and play some football.
It was kind of funny you said that when we watched this weekend, Hoosiers, just like, it's the same thing. Measure the hoop, 10 feet,
That's it. It's all the same.
It's true though, it's all the same. It really, it's like, then it gets shrunk down, and it's football, it's the guy across from you. So. It's the same
I think the only thing that was different was the goalposts were a little skinnier, so my field goal kicker, missed a couple extra points over there. But normally he's booming them through the upright. So funny. I think that was the only difference.
That's it.
Oh, Coach, well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. As Kurt said, we'll definitely,
of course, we want any audio. We're going to be there Friday. By the way, when I messaged Coach Campanelli from DePaul's coming on next, and when I said that he had you, he said, my guy. So he gave me a shout out, and I told him we got you before him. So he was pumped up.
Good. Yeah, she'll be a good one Friday night. It'll be a heavyweight battle, that's for sure.
By the way, John Beelan is saying, get this kid Mizuchi the ball. 2 carries, 58 yards, 1 touchdown, 29 yards per carry. My kind of stats. So Beelan's all over this already.
The stat man.
He's the stat man. No, but Coach, thank you again so much. Good luck. Your mentality's awesome. Good luck on Friday. I don't know how I'm going to pick a game today. It's you, guys. I got a surprise for that lady. You don't even know about that. But no, good luck, Coach. And anytime you want to come on, bring the kids on whenever you want. We want to highlight them, and just good luck and great job with that program.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Go Blue.
There you go. Thanks, Coach.
Good night, Coach.
Take care.
Nice of Coach Catrona to stop by with us again.
Absolutely.
To him. Always a pleasure.
And you know what? We were saying it, he stuck with that mentality. He didn't back down with the let's win now. Kenny's saying good luck. Kenny's also saying, did Jen go off script? That's Kurt's thing. Jen does a lot of that. It doesn't happen live that much. But again, what I want to record for our audience.
Off script if it's not live.
No. What I told you, what I want to record for our audience is the prior preparation. That will be It's just screaming, fighting.
We didn't actually today.
No, tonight was good because you know what? We didn't have time tonight. We had to get it done. Had the games done. Kenny and Beelan did their homework early. But I'm pumped up for Friday night. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Definitely. You know what? Again, you know, we have a lot of coaches and programs on this show, and we've been fortunate to have people where their passion for the game just shines through. And, you know, Coach Catrona is another example of that. You know, you have him on here and you just see how much he loves the game. And we said, you know what, he's only been there a short time, but in that pregame speech, again, I wish everybody had seen the video that we saw. You could see that he has, you know, it is infectious, and it has definitely caught on to his players. So, and again, Becton, same way. You know, two coaches care about their kids, instilling the love of the game. It's going to be good to see on Friday.
Ryan Brennan, comment from Ryan Brennan saying Coach Catrona leading Woodridge to their first state championship.
Nice. Heard
it here. And I said this, and Coach Aaron could, if he comes on later, he'll be the one to when we played Woodridge, those kids were one of the toughest teams every year. They beat us one year down there, but even when we had great teams, those kids were one of the toughest teams we would always play. It would be like those kids would hit. So they got the talent. You know, they're going to have the talent. Now that Coach Catrona puts it together, I'm telling you, listen, I don't know if Coach Catrona watched last week's game. Do you remember my prediction? What did I say when I picked them?
I don't remember.
They're going to win that division. They're going to win their division.
Yes,
so
you did say.
I know Coach Sislan, who asked about Park Ridge, that game circled week 7.
All right, well, we have our next guest, Coach Campanelli, ready to join us, so I'm going to let him in. Is that good?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll let him get situated, and then... Hey, Coach, welcome back. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Good. Thanks so much for joining us.
How he's doing? He shut out St. Joe's. What do you think his answer's going to be? He's doing bad? Come on.
Well, you know what? He's probably already so laser focused on the next game.
Of course.
That is true.
Coach,
but I really appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you.
We appreciate you coming on.
Coach, let me reintroduce you to our audience, please. This is Coach Nick Campanelli. He is first-year head coach at DePaul High School after serving as part of their staff. They are also off to a 2-0 start, and they are fresh off a huge 17-0 road victory over St. Joe. So congrats, Coach, and welcome again.
Thank you. Thanks again. I appreciate it.
Yeah, just like Jen, I echo Jen saying congratulations. Awesome game. I actually watched it streaming, had a little college football on, but I did have one of the TVs. I did have the DePaul St. Joe's game on, so I did catch that.
Nice.
And I guess my first question is, you know, like Jen said, 17-0 victory, but what I thought was like the standout and like wow was how physical you guys were in that game. You know, a lot of times there's not a lot of times you go and say St. Joe's was out physical, but you know what? You guys were the most physical team on Saturday. So can you explain how important that was on Saturday and even going forward for the rest of the season with the physicality of what you want as the head coach?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's going to be the goal, you know, going in every week is to be the more physical team. I think we have a group that can do that this year. You know, in the past, the knock has always been on DePaul that we weren't big enough and we weren't physical enough and we weren't deep enough. And I don't think that's the case this year. I think we have a really strong senior class. We have 21 seniors, and they've all bought into this program for 4 years, and they've worked really, really hard to get to this point.
Nice. Well, you know what? Speaking of, you know, your seniors, as we said to Coach Catrona, who was on before, you know, we love bringing on our coaches and, you know, highlighting their programs. But if you could spend a few minutes talking about some of your players that are going to have a big impact for you this year.
Yeah, absolutely. A quick shout out to Joe. Joe's a good friend of mine. He's off to a good start there. Really great to see that. So, but yeah, we have some really great players. I think it begins and ends with Quire Price, our defensive end. He's committed to Syracuse. He's off to a tremendous start. He's completely dominated both games so far. He just plays with such a motor, and he just plays with a tremendous amount of effort on every play. And when he plays like that, he's almost unblockable. So he's been a great player for us so far. I think quite a few of them. Eddie Conneran in the secondary, our free safety, another tremendous player. Nevin Earl is off to a great start, another defensive end for us. And the our four linebackers are all seniors. They're all 3-year starters. And they're just playing tremendous football right now.
That's great. Nice.
My next one for you, Coach, is there's no secret. Jersey football, it's probably one of the top 3 states in the country of maybe even higher, of just football. And, you guys are part of like just crazy schedule and stuff like that. But a lot of people still with the, you guys are 3, Bosco, Joe's, Bergen, St. Peter's Prep. How important is it for you? Obviously, you guys aren't going to play them come state playoffs, but you do have a couple of those teams on the rest of your schedule. How important is it for you to say, you know what, DePaul's in that rank now too?
Yeah, I mean, that's always been the goal, and I think John McKenna, my predecessor and mentor, has done an unbelievable job of getting this program to this point. And I think that we are capable of playing with anybody right now, and in my opinion, and we do play a lot of the Group 4s throughout the season. We won't see them in the playoffs, but yeah, we definitely want to be on that level. Obviously, our league speaks for itself. There's so many great teams in it, and just to be mentioned in the same breath as them is an honor to me.
I'm going to kind of piggyback off of Kurt's question there a little bit, Coach. Week in and week out, you guys have like one monster matchup after another. So my question is, how do you keep your players focused like 1 week at a time and at the same time maintain that level of intensity week after week?
Yeah, it's not easy. I think that's certainly the hardest part. You hit the nail on the head with that one. That is the hardest part, for these guys, high school age kids to bring it every day like that, day in and day out, is a really hard thing. Especially after a win like we just had, it's kind of human nature to, put your foot off the gas and ease up a little bit. But as coaches, we're not allowing that to happen. We play another really good team in Pope John Friday night. They got a really good young quarterback, and they're really well coached. So we got right back to work today. And I think the fact that we have such a mature team and 21 seniors, they're not really allowing the young guys to look past anyone. And for us, it's just about being at our best every single day and trying to play our best football come November.
Nice. And Coach, you have, you were part of the DePaul program before you became head coach, and you kind of mentioned, the former head coach as well. So can you describe to us the balance of kind of taking over a program, right, and keeping those already existing traditions alive, but also kind of putting your personal stamp on the program?
Yeah, sure. That's a great question. Obviously, there's a lot of great tradition here at DePaul. It's been a tremendous football program for a long time. I think I'm only the 5th head coach in school history, so just an honor to be that. And I'm following 2 legends in Joe Lennon and John McKenna. So not an easy job to step into in some respect, but they've also left the program in such great shape that it's been an easy transition in that respect. So yeah, and trying to build my own, or put my own stamp on it. I don't know that that's necessarily the case, because I've followed such a great coach, and he built such a great program. We're kind of just trying to pick up where he left off.
Very nice.
Coach Siciliano saying Coach McKenna, great person. And our good friend Kenny Kirkpatrick, we're all Garfield guys, so of course we grew up with Coach Guy Bertola, so he's giving Coach Bertola a shout out.
Yeah.
Coach, real quick, what about your assistants? I mean, it looks like you guys you have like such a veteran staff, like coaches that coached other places, and great programs. So if you want to talk about your assistants real quick.
Yeah, absolutely, I'd love to. Obviously, I'll start with Coach Rashid Darasaw, our defensive coordinator. He's done a tremendous job. Came into DePaul the same year, so we've been there 5 years now, and we have a great relationship. And he's just a tremendous coach. He's got these guys playing at a level that I don't know that we've ever played at before on defense. Now we have a bunch of other great coaches too on the offensive side. Zach Nazamento is our offensive line coach. He's doing an excellent job. Coach Rogers, our defensive back coach, is tremendous. Everybody in the area knows him and as one of the best DB coaches there is. And then we brought in some new guys this year, and Gary Nova, who's a Rutgers legend and played in this area. And Darius Hamilton is our defensive line coach. He brings tremendous energy, and he's a great coach too. And then RJ Krusco is our special teams coordinator. He's doing a great job too. So I couldn't ask for a better group, and they're doing a tremendous job.
And my last one for you, because I know I asked this to you when you first took the job, and we had you on the first time with our first interview. But that was a little preseason. It wasn't even preseason. You just started. But now, how's it been, the transition going into head coach after the first couple games? Just nice and smooth, or is it a little a little tricky, or you can just piece of cake?
I gotta say, it's been really, really smooth. The fact that we're playing well right now helps. But again, I have a great staff to rely on and a great group of players. So it's been pretty easy, and there's quite a buzz around the school here. It's a great place to be right now. I'll say that.
Coach Cislano's giving a shout out to your dad, saying your dad was the man back in the day. So
He's still going strong.
And sorry, go ahead, Jen.
Go ahead.
And my last one would just be, because we spoke with Coach Catrone, and he was saying like how last Friday night at Woodbridge the place was packed, go crazy. So go ahead, you can go ahead. I was just gonna say, how would you, someone who's never seen a big game at DePaul, how would you like what is that atmosphere like?
It's great. We play all Friday night home games. We have a great student section. DePaul's not a real big school, but it's got a lot of pride in it, and I'll say that. And we get a great student section every week. Our parents do an unbelievable job, and it's electric here on Friday night. If you haven't been up here, it's definitely something to see. And we're kicking off 7:00 Friday night with Pope John, so I'm sure this place will be packed, and it'll be electric again Friday night.
That's awesome. Very nice. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to have you back on. We'd love to, follow up with you, maybe bring a couple of the kids on if you're interested later in the season. So
absolutely. You guys do a great job. I really appreciate you having me on. So anytime.
No, absolutely, Coach. Congrats on last week's victory, and like we're saying, get it another number 3 this week.
Good luck on number 3. Yep.
Thank you, Coach.
You got it.
All right. Have a good night.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, Coach Campanelli from DePaul High School.
Yep.
Great, nice 2-0 start.
We had all return guests today.
Yeah. They're 4-0. Kenny's saying good luck, Coach.
Yeah. Oh yeah, overall together, the combined record tonight. 4-0.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, we actually have Coach Sheridan ready to join us as the guest picker.
Well, let's bring Coach
Should
in.
we bring him in and get started there? All right. Let's welcome him as well. Get him in set up here.
Okay.
All right.
There's Coach.
Hey, Coach. How you doing? I think his audio's still connecting.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll give him a sec to get it all set up. Can you hear us, Coach? It seems like your audio's still connecting.
It says it's connecting?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have to actually start going half hour now for picks because we're getting so many games.
I know, 20
Guest
games
pickers.
this week. There's Coach. How you doing, Coach? Can you hear us okay? Oh, I'm not sure if he can.
Check.
There's Coach. There's Coach.
How you doing, Coach? Can you hear us?
Should I switch to your speaker? Christine.
I hear Coach now.
They probably got better speakers.
That we would be roping them back.
Oh no, I know. Just said we will bring him right. He'll come right back on. Coach.
Welcome back.
I got to turn it up though. Or do you guys turn up the volume?
We were saying, when we had you on as a coaching legend, you didn't realize we were going to rope you back in to be a guest picker as well.
Well, let me tell you something. I said to Kurt, I had such a blast. I really did. I enjoyed it more than I've been on a couple of them, but you guys do a great job.
All right.
Thank you so much. Well, we loved having you. It was a great show to do.
So explain how we roped Coach in and what we're doing tonight. explain. I mean, he knows the picks, but
Yeah.
he's now
The third guest picker. The fourth guest picker.
Is he the fourth?
Yeah,
guest
because
picker?
week 0, 1,
Oh
2.
yeah.
Yep. So you will be piggybacking.
Keep track of them. You keep a scoreboard on the.
Oh
the
yeah,
page?
we keep a scoreboard.
All right.
We keep a
We
scoreboard.
don't mess around.
Yeah, I want a little competition.
Okay, so here's what we got. It's really a 5-panel person. It's myself, Jen, our good friend Kenny from Maryland, and our great friend John Beelan. So, by the way, Coach Cislano's chiming in saying, "My man, great coach, better person."
Oh, nice.
So he's giving you another shout out. Coach Breslin
That's
saying,
good.
"Welcome back, Coach."
Oh, nice.
So
nice,
here's the
guys.
standings right now.
So after 3 weeks, the standings.
After 3
yeah,
weeks, Kenny from Maryland is 28-8.
Kenny slid into that first
He
place.
had a big
side.
week
He
last
did.
week. I am 26-10. All the guest pickers combined are 25-11.
They did drop from first
They
place.
did.
down
They
to
went. They
third.
did drop, Coach. So you got a lot of pressure on you this week. Jen is 23-13, and John Beelan is 21-15. So it's close.
Yeah, it is. And we got a lot of games.
And we got a
this
lot of
week.
games this
This
week.
could cause some separation.
So let's.
Yeah.
All right.
This is a little unfair now, Kurt. You got guys that are out there watching games and watching film, probably.
I might be watching
you-
film, Coach. You know,
You know-
I watched the
Yeah,
Paul St.
sure.
Joe's the other day.
You know what? I had to. Kurt likes to pick all the Bergen County games. You know, I'm in Essex and Morris County. I had to like beg to get some other teams in there. You know, that maybe I know a little something about.
Yeah, I noticed the Maryland matchup.
Yeah, we got a Maryland matchup. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to start with our one Thursday night game,
Okay,
correct?
yes.
So that is 0-2 Elmwood Park traveling to 0-1 Palisades Park. So, Coach Sheridan, our guest picker, we're going to start with you.
I got to go with Pal Park. I hear there was a young man interested in coming to Gales that elected to stay, and he is one heck of a running back and defense back. Might even play linebacker for them, but I'm going with them.
All right, a little inside info
I-
right there.
I like
All right,
it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like it.
That's
yeah.
why we got the good ones on. All right.
Am I allowed to talk about recruits too?
Oh, right. There's no X on this show. I don't know nothing on this show.
All right, Mr.
Only
Kirkpatrick. Mr. Kirkpatrick.
You don't have any NJIAA guys watching this?
No,
not at all.
hopefully
No
not.
affiliation.
No.
Okay.
Mr.
We'll just plead the fifth like Sammy Sosa did to Congress. We'll just play one of those.
There you go.
Kenny is also picking Palisades Park, saying Palisade Park wins the Battle of the Parks.
Okay.
Mr. Beelan is choosing Elmwood Park.
Okay.
I'm choosing Elmwood Park.
And I am going to go Elmwood Park. I'm going to go with our guy, Coach Mulligan, to get the first victory of the year. So 3-2 on that one.
I am going to throw this out. When did I make my picks? Do you remember?
You started making picks yesterday.
I made them last night because I knew I wouldn't have the time to do it today. It was back to school night, right? Then when did you read me John Beelan's picks?
Today.
During dinner, what did I say?
You guys have the same picks.
I don't know if that's good or bad, John, because we're both at the bottom of the barrel, but you and I have a lot of similar picks.
I should have talked to Coach Sheridan first. 'Cause if I had some inside info, I could have switched my picks.
There you go, Kurt. Come on.
I know.
You're slipping.
I am.
All right, now we're going to go to our Friday slate of games, and our first Friday matchup that we're going to pick is the Westwood, 1-1 Westwood, at 1-1 Riverdale. All right, Coach, start us off.
I'll take Westwood. Used to scrimmage them. Tough kids. I got to go with Westwood.
All right, Kenny is choosing Riverdale. He's saying Riverdale back to winning form, referring to their loss at West Essex.
By the way,
Last week.
Beelan's saying great minds think alike.
There you
Jen,
go.
so.
Nice.
I'm sorry, where was Beelan? Kenny going?
Kenny is going. So we had Coach Sheridan was doing
Westwood.
Kenny's doing Riverdale.
Okay.
Mr. Beelan has picked Riverdale as well.
Okay.
And I'm on the Riverdale board too.
You know what I don't like is that I'm too different with Coach Sheridan. I'm with River. I don't like this. I don't like it. My only comment was I don't think Riverdale got beat last week, shockingly, to West Essex, to your boys. So I don't think it's going to be 2 in a row, but I don't like right now that me and Coach Sheridan, I don't like it. Coach, we were never not on the same page a lot.
No, that's true. That's true, Kurt.
This is not good. This is not good, Coach.
He probably doesn't also like that he's on the same page with me. That's not good either.
Yeah, that's good. That's rough.
He knows I'm going to ride him if I beat him.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I will lose if it means you get to ride him, so I'm with you.
I like it.
All right, our next matchup is 1-0 Waldwick at 0-1 Garfield. Okay, Coach, you can start us.
I'll take Garfield.
Okay.
All right, we have Kenny picking Waldwick 34-13. He's giving the score. I forgot to give the scores on his first two. He said Waldwick pulls away in the second half is his prediction.
Okay.
We've got Mr. Beelan with Waldwick. I'm choosing Waldwick.
Coach, I'm going to end this segment. Me and Coach are 0 for 3. I'm going Waldwick too. They put up 50 in their first game. Garfield had a rough game versus Park Ridge. I'm going to go Waldwick. This is not good.
You might be good and I might be bad.
I don't know, Coach.
No. I'm going based on some of the ball players we had from Garfield were great players. Man.
Absolutely.
So I'm just thinking, and I know that community, they got a football tradition down in there, but not sure what's going up on in Waldwick, but obviously they put up big score on Park Ridge, you said?
Yeah. Park Ridge beat up on Garfield last week.
Again, do a scouting report. You don't give me any info on a scouting report, Kurt. Much appreciated.
This next game might be tough for Coach to pick.
Yeah. Oh, we got the Rutherford at Hawthorne. 1-1 Rutherford at 1-0 Hawthorne. Who you got, Coach?
Piece of cake. The Bulldogs got a quarterback and a half in Van Weber. I'm taking the Bulldogs.
See, he's talking about scouting. He's giving names and everything tonight, Coach.
He's got some inside info. I love it.
Not allowed?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. All right, Kenny is picking Rutherford by a score of 20-14. He's saying the Bulldogs win it late. He's with you, Coach. Mr. Beelan is choosing Rutherford. I am choosing Rutherford. Do you make it a clean sweep or no?
Nope.
Oh.
I do not. I do not. I'm going with Coach Pissarro that we had on.
Okay.
Here's my inside scoop. They beat up on Beckton week 1, bye week, and Rutherford just came. Rutherford lost a tough one to Heights, and then they beat up on Glenrock last week. But it's at home in Hawthorne. Coach Sheridan, 0 for 4 with me and you.
I know, Ben.
I'm going with the Bears.
Oh, all right.
This is good. These standings,
Game on, Kurt.
Coach, these standings are going to change big time next week.
Yeah,
I'm going to put this thing up.
Next week, big time.
All right, our next matchup is 2-0 Clifton at 1-1 Old Tappan. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said it's so weird. Old Tappan.
I was going to say Tappan.
All right, Coach, you're up.
They got it rolling over there in Clifton. Got to go with the Mustangs.
You know what? I'm going to jump ahead. First time me and Coach are on the page. We watched them last Friday night. They were streaming versus Hackensack. Kid returned. He had an interception, kickoff return for a touchdown.
Every part of the
a lot of kids back on offense. I'm going Clifton too, Coach. We're together on this one.
Yeah.
Finally.
Coach Schmitty there too. Don't forget about that.
Yeah.
Brian Smith.
We have, I think we're going to have a clean sweep on Clifton here. Kenny's predicting Clifton 34-14. He says Clifton big. And Mr. Beelan and myself also have Clifton.
So Clifton sweep of the board. Okay. All on the same page on that one. That's what we like.
I'm not hanging out there on that one, huh?
No.
All right, our next matchup is 2-0 East Side. Patterson East Side, correct? I want to clarify for our audience. At 1-1 Hackensack. All right, Coach, who do you have?
East Side, baby.
All right.
East Side, let it roll.
Kenny is also picking East Side. He has his predicted score is 26-17. He says, a little play on words here, the East Side ghosts will haunt the Comets is his prediction.
Okay.
And
Like it.
I'm taking East Side. Mr. Beelan is taking East Side. Is it going to be another sweep? Who do you have?
You know what? Are the ghosts for real? Is East Side for real? They're going to be 3-0. Yeah, Coach Sheridan. I love the pick,
That's
baby.
right.
They're going to be 3-0. That's for our good friend, Mr. Virilli.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Virilli teaches, works there, coaches
Right.
there.
That's
so that's our first.
Good luck to him. Hopefully he has 5 happy pickers.
Absolutely.
All right, we're moving on to West Morris, who's 2-0, traveling to Bergen County, so West Morris, a Morris County team, to take on 2-0 Northern Highlands. Coach, you want to start us off?
It's a tough one.
2 tough ones. Yeah. Yeah. I'll take the home team. I'll take the Highlands.
All right, let's see. Kenny is picking West Morris, 24-21. He says West Morris in a slobber knocker. Did I say that correctly?
I think you
Okay.
did. Yes, you did.
Alrighty, and then Mr. Beelan's picking Northern Highlands.
Okay.
I'm picking Northern Highlands, and you're the only one left.
I'm not the only one that's not picking. This is one game we definitely going to pick up on Kenny, Coach, because Highlands is not losing at home. Their quarterback is phenomenal. And I had a high-scoring game. I picked 31-27, Coach, but I'm with you. I'm going with the home team, Highlands.
There you go. There you go.
All right, our next Friday matchup brings us to one of our guests this evening, Pope John, who's 1-2, will be traveling to 2-0 DePaul, coming off their big win. Coach, who do you have in this one?
They're traveling to DePaul.
Yes.
I'll take the Spartans. Jack Jones. Jack Jones and DePaul, baby.
Alrighty, and then we have Kenny is predicting a 34-14 DePaul win.
Okay.
He's saying that DePaul does not have a hangover from their big win the previous week. Mr. Beelan's picking DePaul. I'm picking DePaul.
And I'm on board with you
All right,
guys.
our
No
second
hangover.
sweep.
DePaul's legit, man. Shut out. Coach, I'm telling you, we streamed it last week. Your style, Coach. They were physical with St. Joe's, 17-0, ran the ball down their throat. And not many teams can say they out-physicaled, St. Joe's at St. Joe's, but DePaul did. So I'm with you guys. I'm with DePaul, too.
Wow. Wow.
All right, 1-0 Ridgewood travels to 1-1 Wayne Valley.
Coach Johnson's back now.
I'm sorry, Coach?
Chuck Johnson's back,
Yeah,
right?
Coach Johnson's back. Yep.
Recently.
Yes. I think last week was his first game that he coached maybe in a year and a half or 2 years or something like that.
I'd love to go with him, but he's away. I got to go with Wayne.
All right,
Okay.
give me the
Give me
whole
Wayne Valley.
All right, we have Kenny picking Wayne Valley as well in a close one, 21-20. He says Wayne Valley with the slight upset is his prediction on that one. Mr. Beelan is choosing Ridgewood.
Okay.
I'm picking the road team as well. I'm going with Ridgewood.
Okay. I'm going to go with Coach Johnson. I'm going to take Coach Johnson. I'm sorry, Hoops, you are going with Ridgewood, right?
Correct.
I am with you against Kenny and Coach on this one. By the way, Coach Sis is saying Coach Jack Jones, God rest his soul. So he's giving Coach Jones a shout out.
Beautiful. By the way, we just give a quick shout out. Our home game this year, our first home game every year, is in memory of Jack Jones. It's a memorial game in memory of Jack.
Okay,
Who's an
awesome.
alumnus and longtime coach at St. Mary's, but also had a great career at DePaul, Clifton. He's in everybody's Hall of Fame, including the state coaching Hall of Fame. Jack Jones is a coaching legend in New Jersey. So this weekend we will be celebrating the memory of Coach Jack Jones at St. Mary's.
Oh,
Awesome.
very nice. Thank you for sharing that.
Awesome.
Yep.
Did you make your pick?
Yes, I did. I
Okay.
took
All right,
Woodridge.
good. All right, Ridgewood.
Ridgewood.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay. All right, our next matchup is going to be another one of our guests this evening. We had Coach Catrona, so his Woodridge team, hot game. I don't know what something's going on over here.
Go ahead.
We have Woodridge traveling to Beckton, so 2-1 Ridgewood. Woodridge traveling to 1-1 Beckton. Who you have, Coach?
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
It's tough to go in Beckton and win a game, but something tells me that last year they had the powerhouse team, and I think it might be Woodridge's turn. I'm going to go with Woodridge Devils.
Okay.
All right, nice. Oh, are you gonna? Oh,
I'm not gonna,
I think I have a prediction of what you're doing. All right. So Kenny's prediction on Woodridge. He is picking Woodridge 21-14 over Beckton. He says his heart is with Beckton, but his gut says Woodridge. You know what? Perfectly said, Kenny. You know, it's a tough one. Again, two coaches that are friends of our program. I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm excited to be at see that atmosphere on Friday night there. I am picking Woodridge as well, as is Mr. Beelan.
Wow. I'm gonna say this, Coach, and tell me if I'm wrong. Even when we had our great teams at St. Mary's, obviously we always had great matchups with Beckton, won some, lost some with them. But even Woodridge, they got us one year, but those kids were tough, right? Remember you always saying those Woodridge kids are going to hit you? I remember you always telling the kids, no matter how the talent is, they're still going to hit you. And even with our better teams, there were still battles because that team always hit.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm going to go over this game. I got to check this game out.
Oh, we're going to, Coach. We're going to be there.
Yeah, all right. I'll look you up. I'll text you up.
Now, I'm going to be honest. Here's the thing, Coach.
Two blue-collar towns going at it.
Absolutely.
Great football tradition.
And I always say to the Beckton guys, they're great people. They're great friends of the show. We're friends now. We can never be friends with Beckton coaches when I was in St. Mary's, But now they're good. They're great guys. Always checking in with us. But now Woodridge, we got Woodridge, Coach Catrona. He's fired up. He's turned around. So listen. This game tonight, Coach, is me. It's like somebody saying to me, "Hey, Kurt, you could either have the Broncos win another Super Bowl or the Knicks win the NBA championship." I can't pick this. So what I'm doing is I'm going to pick 15-14. They go for 2 for the win, and the winner is going to be
picking it out of a hat. Who'd you get?
Woodridge.
Oh, all right.
15-14 out of a hat. I can't pick against either team, but the board does say Woodridge. So
I can attest to it. He unfolded. All right. Moving on to a little Morris County matchup. We have 1-1 Parsippany traveling to Kurt's adopted team for the year, 2-0 Morris Catholic.
Buy stock in them, Coach.
Oh, hey, I'll take the Catholic school.
That's it.
All right, Coach, is that your official pick? You taking Morris Catholic?
Yes,
all right.
Yes, definitely.
Alrighty, and let's see, we have Kenny choosing, he said Kurt's adopted team moves to 3-0 with a 27-7 victory. Mr.
Little scare last week, though.
Yeah.
Little scare. Overtime thriller.
Madison, yeah, and a very exciting game. Mr. Beelan is picking Morris Catholic. I am picking Morris Catholic, and I think we might have a clean sweep
I'm not
here.
picking against Morris Catholic. I'm going riding them out, Coach, this year.
Team.
I'm riding out Morris Catholic.
All right. Excuse me. Our next matchup is 2-0 Hudson Catholic traveling to 1-1 Irvington. Coach, who's your choice here?
I think Hudson's loaded. I'll take Hudson Catholic.
I might have to switch my pick. See, there's the inside scoop. That's the inside scoop.
All right. Kenny is picking Hudson Catholic as well, 34-14. He's saying that they have too much depth for Irvington to handle. Beelan is picking Hudson Catholic. I'm going against the grain here. I think Irvington, they had that tough opening loss, that strange 2-0 score when they traveled up to Mount Olive and lost 2-0. But I think they're bouncing back. So they're home. I'm gonna go Irvington.
Coach, when Coach said they're loaded, that scares me a little. But I got to be true to my word. I got the paper, Irvington. They gave up only 7 points in 2 games. Or 7 points per game. 7 points per game. So, no, I'm sorry, no.
They only gave up 2 in the opener. What they give up last week?
So it might be like 8 points, and they might be giving up like 4 per game. So I'm going to go with that defense, Coach Sheridan. I'm going to go with hoops on this one. I'm going to take Irvington. I'm taking Irvington.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
We didn't pick them last week. All right. Okay, moving on to 0-1 Verona traveling to 1-0 Hanover Park.
By the way, Coach, before you make the pick, a lot of these games, like Jen said before, I get yelled at that there's no Morris County games. So we had to pick some Morris County games to make Jen feel at home.
Listen now, like he's upset about it.
No, it's not upset. She's always ripping me about Bergen County. I'm always picking Bergen County teams.
Well, you got to give me a little hint on Verona, because that was a great program. They're 0-1. Who'd they lose to?
They lost to. It was one of our picks last week.
Was it last week? Let me see. I got it right here. Then Verona. Oh, Lenape Valley.
Lenape Valley.
Yeah. Last week.
By
a score of 35-21.
That's a tough one too. I don't know much about it, but I know Verona is a great program. I'm going to go with Verona.
All right. We have.
This by far is the toughest week we've done.
It was really. These were really tough games. Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me, Kurt.
You're welcome. Well, I had to bring in somebody good. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see next week when you post the record.
I'm trying to read the handwriting here. The Hanover Park 21-7 over Verona.
Is who? Kenny?
Is Kenny. Home team prevails.
Okay.
Okay. We have Mr. Beelan choosing Hanover Park, and I am choosing Hanover Park as well.
So am I. Coach is on his own on this one. Coach is on his own.
Now I'm getting a flashback. I walked into Hanover Park as a sophomore, and now I remember that stadium, and I'm like, I may have gone the wrong way here, because that was a tough place to play.
You can switch it. You can switch it if you want.
Like, we'll give you that option.
No, I'll be the rebel here.
Okay.
I'll go against you guys.
All right, our next matchup is 0-2 Roxbury traveling. This is 2 Morris County teams that you threw in there, and my coaching alma mater, Montville. So 0-2 Roxbury traveling to 2-0 Montville.
Montville all the way.
All right.
I'm with Coach.
Yeah.
You're jumping the gun.
I'm jumping the gun. You know why? What's their junior? What is the Montville Juniors football program? What's their team name?
They're the Broncos.
They're the Broncos, so I'm taking the junior Montville team.
Kenny's picking Montville big, 27-6 he's predicting.
Okay.
Beelan is picking Montville. I'm picking Montville. We had another sweep, Montville
We're all
sweep
going
here.
Montville. By the way, Coach Sheridan, Kenny's saying, Coach Sheridan, I love your commentary. So.
All right, this one's definitely a tough one, Coach. We're doing the Maryland matchup next.
Yeah, this is a Maryland matchup for our friend Kenny. We've adopted a Maryland school, and that's Huntingtown.
Looking to have them on.
Yeah, we're looking
soon.
to have
Maybe
some
even
on.
Some
Yep.
of their other sports programs. That'll be exciting. So we have Huntingtown, Maryland, who's 2-0, traveling to Chopticon.
Chopticon,
who is 1-1.
I'll just give you one hint, Coach, because I didn't tell him.
Okay.
The word
Which one's closest to college? I'm sorry. Which one's closest to College Park, Kenny?
We got to find out from Kenny which
Kenny's
one's closer.
Gotta, find us that.
But I will say
Which is closest?
This is the only thing that I have with this is Kenny for 2 weeks now has said Huntingtown has a very good and potent run game. So that's the only thing we have right now, scouting wise, is that they run the rock. Coach, they run the rock.
Listen. My scouting prowess goes beyond New Jersey. Okay, there's a hotbed down there around Baltimore, and that would be my question. If they're around Baltimore, that's the team I want.
Well, Coach Kenny is saying, Coach, that Huntingtown is closer to College Park.
Give me that, then I want Huntingtown.
All right, good,
there
nice.
you go.
Good strategy. All right, Of course, Kenny's going to pick Huntingtown. Those are his boys.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. So he's got 27-13. He says the Hurricanes behind their strong ground game go to 3-0. Mr. Beelan, Huntingtown, myself, Huntingtown, and you?
Running game and defense. That's the rumor down on the street. So I'm going with that too.
All right. Moving to our Saturday slate. Oh, I'm going to save these two for last, right? I made a mistake with that.
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry. Yeah. Should I go straight down?
Yeah,
or
just
you
go
want
straight. Yeah, that's
down?
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We have 2-0 Ramsey traveling to 1-1 Passaic Valley. What's your thoughts there, Coach?
Got a Rutherford guy on the coaching staff up there in Ramsey. Got to go with them.
All right. Again, that inside info. Love it. All right. Kenny is also choosing Ramsey. He's saying 20-13. He says Ramsey escapes a scare is his prediction.
Okay.
Mr. Beelan is choosing Ramsey. I am choosing Ramsey.
And I am choosing Ramsey.
Oh, another
Coach
sweep.
Ramsey puts up points, and one of our former players from PV, Antonio Bargio, they might need him this week to play a little defense. He was a great linebacker there. He might have to come back. Where is he? Albright?
Yes.
He's in Albright. He might have to come down for the week to help out defensively because Ramsey puts up points, Coach.
All right.
All right. We
I
got
like it.
a big one next. We've got 3-0 Seton Hall Prep traveling to 3-0 St. Peter's Prep, two premier private schools or just schools in general in the state. Who you got, Coach?
Well, this one I looked at a little bit. Now, Seton Hall upset, was it Bergen?
Bosco.
Or was
Yeah.
it
Bosco.
Bosco?
Bosco.
They ain't getting by Peters. The prep is ready for them. They're not surprising anybody this year. I think the prep gets them.
All right. We got, let's see what Kenny has. St. Peter's Prep as well, 28-7. He says the Marauders live up to their name. Yeah, for a slaughter there. Mr. Beelan is choosing St. Peter's Prep. I am choosing St. Peter's Prep. And who do you have, Kurt?
Well, let me give Coach Sheridan a little stats for this, okay? I did a little homework too, Coach Sheridan.
Okay.
Seton Hall Prep have outscored their opponents 40-7. St. Peter's 48-3, outscoring their opponents. But I'm with Coach Sheridan. St. Peter's is just a different animal. They're not upsetting the Marauders. I'm going St. Peter's with Coach and the rest of you guys.
There you go, Kurt. Maybe in another year or two they might get them, but
not on
this
Saturday.
year. Not Saturday.
All right, our next big matchup brings 2-0 Del Barton into visiting number one team in the state, according to NJ.com, 2-0 Bergen Catholic. We'll see what Kenny did on this one because Del Barton was his adopted team last year. Got to get him to a game. All right, Coach, start us off. What do you think?
BC Crusaders, no doubt.
All right, let's see. Kenny he says, overtime shocker of the year is Kenny's prediction. He's predicting a 28-27 Del Barton victory.
That's Kenny the Renegade. That's what he is.
Now he adds, right, that this is his adopted team, right, from last year, and if he is correct, that he gets to interview the Del Barton coach on the show.
Absolutely, Kenny. Kenny takes over the show. Kenny's wearing green.
Mr. Beelan is also picking Del Barton. Yep, another upset. Yeah, and I'm picking Bergen Catholic. How about you?
Hoops and Coach, I'm with you. I got my notes. Two of the top teams in the state. Del Barton wants to be with the big boys. Here's their chance to beat them. But like Coach said, I just think they make at least one more play. And I'm going to go. I actually picked the score. I went 21-14, Coach, on this. What'd you think? Is that decent score?
Wow. It is a good score. It is a good score. I'd go another 3 on Bergen Catholic.
Okay.
Though, but hey, Del Barton's tough.
Yep.
But where's that game at?
That's at Bergen.
At Bergen, yeah, I think that's a big
Add
factor.
the 3, bro.
Oh, yeah. The crazies will be out.
Yeah.
The crazies will be out.
I was telling you earlier, I work someone I work with, her son is a senior on the team, and they were getting their gear together already of what they're wearing and the fan. So I'm sure there's something going on.
Oh yeah, something's going on.
No doubt.
All right, so our 2 more matchups to go. We have 2-0.
Oh, John Beelan's giving us. He's saying it's going to rain. No passing for BC.
I like his thinking, though. There's, again.
Hey, that's good insight.
There you go. Beelan's. You know what I like about these panels? Everyone does their homework.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone does their homework.
It's that competitiveness in all of us. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, 2 more games left to go. We have 2-0 Wallington traveling to 0-0 St. Mary's. It's going to be the St. Mary opener. Just as you said, Coach, you're going to be honoring Jack Jones, I think it was, correct?
Yes, it is. It's Jack Jones Memorial Game. It's a tough one because Wallington's 2-0. There's a rivalry there that I try to tell our team, even though I'm not coaching them anymore. I try to tell them this dates back to a long time ago, and we've had some great matchups. Knocked each other off when we were each undefeated. So I just think here's the thing about St. Mary's. The numbers are down, but the talent is up. We're at home. I'm staying with the Gales.
Nice, very nice. All right, we have Kenny picking St. Mary's 27-19. He's saying St. Mary's catches the Panthers napping is his quote. Mr. Beelan is picking Wallington.
Okay.
Coach, I'm going with you. I'm going with St. Mary's opening day at home. And when you said about the Memorial game as well and that history now,
Yep.
I'm even more confident in my decision. I'm picking the Gales.
All right, I got a couple questions for Coach on this one, okay? St. Mary's has no chance, right? Wallington just put up 49 on somebody, so there's no chance. But I guess this is my question. What happens, right? What does St. Mary's do when they're not supposed to win? What do they do, Coach? What do they always do? I'll give you. Remember, we were gonna go. We went in a playoff game and we played Holy Cross, and they said, "Why even travel down there? Holy Cross they gave up 7 points all year." What happened?
Yep. It's the upset time.
Upset
It's
time,
the
right?
upset time. I went down and told the story last year to our kids. The start of St. Mary's program was when my dad was on the team, 1935, first team. And 15 guys got on a bus and went up and played St. Cecilia's of Englewood. St. Cecilia's Englewood was like the #1 team in the tri-state area at the time. They had post-grads on the team. So they sat their varsity for the first half, and it's 0-0 at halftime. They put in their varsity the second half, and they got anxious, and the Gales picked off a pass and returned it for a touchdown, and the Gales knocked them off. Knocked off #1 St. Cecilia's. Look it up, 1935. And it just set the tone around our school, and it's been passed on generation to generation. Doesn't matter about our numbers. We're going to play you tooth and nail all the way to the end, and you can only play at 11 at a time, like my dad used to say. So let's put 11 on the field and let's see who comes out on top.
2006, we can't beat Patterson Catholic, right? They're not going to beat Patterson Catholic. What happens, Coach?
Knock them off, man. And you go back through the history books, Kurt, you got it. Knocking off a DePaul team that was undefeated. It's been in the history books. I'm just hoping that these kids get it. This is the tradition. Like you say, their chance to prove themselves.
Yeah, nice.
So my
Make their
official
mark.
pick, Coach, 22-21 St. Mary's over Wallington on Saturday. 22-21. That's my pick.
Let's do it, baby.
All right, and rounding out our 20 games for week 3 action.
Who picked 20 games this week? Why'd you pick so many?
Yeah, okay.
So Past my bedtime here, Kurt.
Again, you didn't realize what you signed up for here.
By the way, Kenny's saying there's no way when you have legendary Coach Sheridan, I'm going against St. Mary's. And Coach Carl Ross is saying Camp went to Beelan. Campanelli's been throwing in the rain for 30 years, so don't worry about the rain.
That's good.
Beelan hasn't answered, so I don't know if he doesn't have an answer.
All right, our final game is 1-0 Lyndhurst at 0-1 Manchester.
The Bears.
All right, Kenny is picking Lyndhurst as well. He's saying a Lyndhurst woodshed. He's predicted 34-13.
Okay.
Mr. Beelan is picking Lyndhurst. I am picking Lyndhurst, and
I'm going Lyndhurst too.
Another
Lyndhurst,
sweep.
they had a nice week 1 victory, and I think they're going to go to 2-0.
all right. Awesome.
So let's do this while we have Coach, because one more thing, we have a rank. Kenny gives us a rank 5 Coach once in a while. So we have to rank them in order, and he gave me this one today. He wants us to rank these 5 schools in today's, like how the programs are today, but they're 5 Catholic schools, but they have to have Catholic in their name. So the ones he gave me are Bergen Catholic, Paramus Catholic, Hudson Catholic, DePaul Catholic, and Morris Catholic. Those are the 5 schools that he gave me because they have Catholic in their name. So he wants to know, out of 1 through 5, how would you rank those teams?
Okay. Well, I said before, I got to go with Bergen Catholic. 1, right?
Yep.
I'll go with Hudson Catholic 2. Okay. Is DePaul now DePaul Catholic?
Yep. DePaul's in there. Yep.
Okay, so they're at 3. Who are the other 2 now?
The other 2 are
Morris?
Paramus Catholic and Morris Catholic.
Well, you're telling me Morris is hot.
They're hot,
Their
Coach.
year.
They're hot.
All right.
Trust me on it.
All right. Then they got to go next, and we'll finish it out with Paramus Catholic.
Go ahead, Hoops.
All right. I went with Bergen Catholic first as well. I went with DePaul Catholic second. I'm just not that familiar with Hudson Catholic, and I actually, based on some of the things you said, Coach, I bumped them up to 3 and bumped Morris Catholic down to 4. You know, I'm a little more familiar with Morris Catholic. My niece goes there. We saw them last year. We've been following them much more closely this year. So I got Bergen Catholic, DePaul Catholic, Hudson Catholic, Morris Catholic, Paramus Catholic. How about you?
I went Bergen. I went DePaul 2. Then I went Morris 3, Hudson 4, Paramus 5. So,
All right.
you know,
Kenny with another
I
good
got to get
rank
up there.
5.
I guess I got to get up there to Morris Catholic and check out a game.
oh yeah, yes you do.
Let us know when you go.
Yeah.
We'll meet you
All
there.
right.
Quarterback, aggressive offense. They're good.
Yep,
Very good
yep.
team. Tough schedule they got though too. The
Yep,
rest of the way, they
yep.
got a tough schedule.
Yep.
So
You know, and we had their coach on last week. It was right.
Coach and
again,
the quarterback.
You know, we just love having these coaches on and see what they're instilling in their kids. Just what he's brought to that program and the pillars of that he's kind of
we
instilled in them.
actually
It's
asked
very
Coach.
cool.
We asked their coach the same question we asked Coach Sheridan. Go for 1 or go for 2, and him and the quarterback were both laughing. They're like, "Oh, we're going for 2." So I said, "Don't say the play, but would you guys know what?" He said, "We have a favorite formation. So what happens in overtime? They go to double overtime. They go for 2, and I don't even know. We didn't see the play, but the quarterback ran it in for 2. So
We had a little premonition.
yeah, we were all over that,
Oh
Coach.
yeah, you got to have that identity. This is what we're going with. Everybody knows in our locker room what we're going with. Absolutely.
So
Awesome.
they
Well,
were
thank
all
you.
over that.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Coach. It was so nice to have you on again.
You guys are the best. I enjoy your show. Keep up the great work. You're doing great by these kids in New Jersey and Maryland, by the way.
Yep.
And your coaches that are staying in touch, I'm on board. I'm all on board.
Awesome.
Great
Thank
show.
you. Thank
Awesome.
you so much.
And Coach, your commentary was on the money.
Yeah.
And it's the groundwork, you got to get. Sometimes Jen will be like, this team, I don't. I see her. She's looking up the stats, looking up
I gotta
some
do my
stuff.
Again, it'll get competitive.
That's it. It gets competitive,
Gotta
Coach.
give myself
You
a
don't want to
shot.
get embarrassed. I don't want to come on and get
Right.
embarrassed.
No. And those standings are big. You know, it's a little bad that we have all Jersey people and the Maryland guy won last year. It was a little slap in our face,
got
Coach.
Jersey roots.
He's got Jersey roots, but we got a little slap in the face. We got to put that into that this year.
Great stuff.
All right,
Enjoyed
Coach.
being on, guys.
Thank
Thanks
you.
again.
Good luck, and good luck for the Gales on Saturday,
Yeah.
obviously.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank
Enjoyed
you, Coach.
Bye-bye.
it. All right. Good night.
All right, so 20 games
20
in the
games in.
books.
So, obviously, the great Coach Sheridan. Awesome commentary tonight on our pick. Kenny saying defending champs. Coach Sis, great show. Coach Breslin, great job. And it's fun. And we'll see next week what happens.
Yep.
And,
I have a feeling there could be a big shift in
oh,
the standings.
you know what it was? There
This
was
is-
so
yeah.
many. Again, what's great now, too, is like you're going to get to games. I mean, we didn't even have like, I think we were all with pick Ramapo this
Right,
week.
right,
We
right,
didn't even
yeah.
have some other games.
We actually
where
had to take a few.
We
off.
took a
There
few
was
off.
More, yeah.
We
yeah.
wanted to go with
Listen, we wish we could do
Yeah,
more.
I mean, we have
you
an
know?
hour
Yeah.
show of picks, you know? Kenny's saying that we picking 30 next week. Hey, wait till the playoffs come. We're going to have just a playoff show. But for Coach Breslin, just for the record, we all would have went Ramapo. But,
100%.
you know, just they didn't hit the board this week because it wasn't one of our top games. But we would pick them. But great show. Oh, Coach Bear's just chiming in saying, how about those Blue Devils?
Oh, nice.
By the way, Coach Bear, it was unanimous. We all picked Ramsey to defeat Passaic Valley.
This is
So we're
true.
all high
This is
on.
true.
And Coach Bear's off to a great start. And yeah, Coach Bear saying, how about those Blue Devils? Absolutely.
I
We
love
had Coach
the
Catrone on.
camaraderie of the the respect for each other.
Yeah,
It's
like
really
getting
nice
guys
to see.
coach with each other,
Yep.
know each other.
Yep.
And
So
that's what
nice.
it's all about. You know, and then now they're all getting their own programs. And they're all winning. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it shows there was something there. You know, they're all going to programs and winning. So, again, good luck again, Coach Bear, this
Yep.
weekend. Hopefully we'll have you and some of the Rams on the
Absolutely,
show.
100%.
But good show. Great
Nice
show
done.
tonight. A little late, but
Thank you for adjusting to the time adjusting and tuning in.
that's
Thanks
it.
so much.
And we will see you guys Friday for a review of the Friday games. And then
Absolutely,
see you
yes.
next week.